It's the gift that just keeps on giving. A book can be used over and over again and will also teach as well as entertain. Joining us to tell you about 10 educational and entertaining books for kids is local author and illustrator Jarrett Krasaska. Jarrett, you're here with a fantastic group of kids. They're just so much fun, and we're so glad that they're here to be reading with us. So you're going to take us through 10 different books that make great gifts for kids, starting with books to inspire.
Yeah, so thanks for having us, Ashley. I love to give book recommendations. As an author, you know, I meet a lot of authors as I'm traveling, and I learn about a lot of new books, and of course, as a parent, I'm reading all the time too. So first up, we have Mr. Tiger Goes Wild by Peter Brown. It's about a tiger who lives in a very buttoned-up world who just wants to break loose and live in the wild. And we have Journey, which is by Aaron Becker. It's a wordless picture book, and wordless picture books are great to really foster a love of reading. You know, reading the pictures, it counts as reading too, and especially for a kid who's an emerging reader, that's very important.
That's all about imagination, absolutely. And this is a local author.
And Aaron is local. Yeah, he lives over in Amherst.
As well as you.
Yeah, and Dream Animals by Emily Martin, and this is a beautiful book that's perfect for that right before bedtime moment where you want to hype the kids up too much, and you just want them to get to bed.
Right.
And it's beautiful.
You don't,
it's a beautiful illustration.
That's your goal, is to kind of wind down. So it's a nice book.
It's a great wind down.
Winding the kids down.
To send the kids to dreamland.
Wonderful.
For sure.
And now we're going to talk about books that are teach kids about history and culture and open their mind a little.
Yeah. So first up is a book by Tanya Lee Stone, illustrated by Marjorie Priceman. It's called Who Says Women Can't Be Doctors? It's a story of Elizabeth Blackwell. It's a story about the first woman to go to medical school and become a doctor, and it's told in a very approachable way for the young reader.
And that's good when there's concepts that might be a little bit tricky that are kind of broken down and easier for kids to understand.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
And we have Martin and Mahalia, His Words, Her Song by Andrea Davis Pinkney and Brian Pinkney. And this is a great book about Martin's famous I Have a Dream speech. And it's about, you know, Martin Luther King Jr. was just reading from a prepared statement, and his friend Mahalia, who's a famous singer, saw that he was just reading and yelled out, "Martin, tell him about your dream." And so his speech became the speech that we all know today, a speech that changed the world.
Isn't that so neat?
So it's about that small moment that really changed history.
And there's so much that adults can learn too. You know, we think of these as gifts for kids, but are you kidding? If my kids got this as a gift, it'd be a gift to me too.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And Take Me Out to the Yaku by Aaron Meshon. For the baseball fans out there, this book follows a child's life as he's visiting his grandfather in America to see a baseball game, and his grandfather in Japan to see what baseball is like there. So it compares and contrasts how the game is played differently in the two countries.
I love that.
And the illustrations are so much fun.
And now we're going to talk about books that will make you laugh out loud. Now, I just have to say, I sat here before we were live, and I read a couple, and I was laughing out loud. They're really
hysterical.
Are hysterical. And
like if you have a child who is weird and bizarre and you don't know what to get them for Christmas, these are the books.
Don't we all have children that are weird and bizarre, right? Right? Not you, though. Not you. You're fantastic.
Some of them. Mine at least.
Mine too.
First, we have Nino Wrestles the World by Yuri Morales. And it's about a boy who is pretending to be a Mexican wrestler, and he just wrestles everything. But I don't want to give away the ending, but it's this really funny, high-octane story. A perfect read-aloud story.
And when your kids want to read it again and again, you do too.
Yes, and that goes, especially all of Bob Shea's books are like that in our house. This book is called Unicorn Thinks He's Pretty Great. It's about, you know, this mountain goat who's kind of down on himself, and every time he tries to do something, he's just not that great at it. And here comes this unicorn who makes it rain cupcakes. So he's jealous. He has a lot of envy of the unicorn's abilities, but in the end, you know, he learns that through the unicorn that he can make things like goat cheese.
He's pretty awesome too.
Yeah, he has his own skills.
I love it. I love that.
The Day the Crayons Quit by Drew Daywalt, illustrated by Oliver Jeffers, which is a really funny story that takes you through every single color in that crayon box. They all have their own issues. One is being used too much, one is not being used enough, and they go on strike. One
keeps being called light brown or light tan, but it's beige, and
yes.
I was laughing out loud. Hilarious. I just think it's fantastic. It's awesome.
And this book especially for that strange kid in your life. This is called Battle Bunny. It's by John Cheska and Mac Barnett. And the setup for this book is that a boy named Alex, he gets this book called Birthday Bunny, and he thinks it's the lamest book ever. So he takes his pencil to it and he changes Birthday Bunny to Battle Bunny, and he rewrites the story.
I love it.
And it's a very amazing concept, and it's very engaging.
And that's what you have. Do you guys like to read? Yes, you love to read, right? Are you having fun? Thank you so much for being here. And these are great ideas. You know, you go to a bookstore and there's so many different books to choose from. And of course, they all look wonderful, but you're just not sure which ones will be best for you. So.
And it's important to have the classics, like your Dr. Seuss books, but it's great to have books that are brand new too, that will become classics someday.
Always. And like I said, I mean, I was laughing out loud at those. I need to go through all of them, so hopefully I'll have enough time. Thanks so much, Jared.
Sure, thanks,
Thank
Ashley.
you, kids. We had so much fun, didn't we? Yeah. Yes, I hope so. Silence. I hope so. All right, well, happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Thanks
Happy
for being
holidays
here.
to
And
you.
you can see this list again on our website later today, mymassappeal.com.